Hey, Soul Fam. So we've been talking a lot lately about what's going on with the empaths and starseeds, lightworkers, basically anybody that is sensitive to energy right now, those that are starting to have their awakening process. And it's hard to understand this energy right now. I mean, talk about boots on the ground. We're being asked right now to really level up. And so a lot of the empaths are going through a lot. And so my job here is to give you the channeled messages as I'm receiving them. And I noticed in the comments from one of my videos on Instagram, especially if you're watching me here on YouTube, this is going to be available on Instagram and YouTube for those that are interested to follow this. But Spirit's been giving me a lot of messages in response to some of the comments. And so we're going to go a little bit deeper since it seems Spirit understands that people want the deeper message. So again, bear with me. I'm going to read the transcription from my recorded message, and they're a little cheeky. They use me in some of the examples, so bear with me, and we'll get to it. So I hope this message helps, and yeah. So I'm here to just be the messenger for you. Okay. So I hope this will give you some sort of peace or some sort of direction. Okay. So let's just start getting after it. All right. As a unified force in the world, those that feel the compassion for the world, the compassion for their friends and neighbors, are being required at this time to shed all the layers and levels of restrictions that the mind has placed upon them. Now, let me give you a little bit more detail here. When the soul is escalating and advancing at a velocity that the mind is unfamiliar with, the mind is going to create a tether, an anchor, trying to control, trying to keep the human body that it's attached to within the matrix mindset. This has been brought up before, and we will continue to speak in these terms so that those that are ready and willing to drop the matrix mindset and to allow themselves to live at the level of soul can hear us. The difficulty that some of you are facing at this time is all mental. But then your society amplifies that reality that you are choosing to believe. There are those that don't need to know or view what's going on to know what their role is at this time. They can feel it. And so much like our message the other day, what we want to express to you at this time is this. You choose your reality. So if you are stuck, as your mind would have you believe, into those lower conditioned thinking ways, or let's call them lower consciousness thoughts of fear, lack, scarcity, and division. If you choose to put energy and emphasis on all of that, then that is the reality that you will create for yourself. It is very basic and fundamental. But the mind wants you to believe that there's something bigger going on and that there's a bigger solution somewhere out there that you must find. And dearest ones, we are here to tell you, you have it all within you. However, you choose to see the world as exactly how it's going to appear to you. If you choose to be scared, if you choose to be anxious, if you choose to be sad, if you choose to continue to regurgitate the story that confirms this, that is going to be the reality that you repeat over and over and over again. And so in order to escape this, you must sit with it. You must sit with the knowing that you are creating this reality for yourself. And yes, the outside world will continue to confirm that if you allow it. This channeler sitting here right now, it's always weird for me, regurgitating this message for you, understands this very well. And this is why she is the one that's bringing this forward to you now, because she has figured out through our guidance how to escape the mind. She allows her mind to be present with things that are required to help her with her human experience. But anything more than that, she keeps a watch on it. Because the mind is slippery. Because the matrix is coming in at an accelerated rate to try and trick you into perpetuating the negative narrative that is eroding your planet. You are either part of the problem or you are part of the solution. So yes, we can hear some of you arguing back, but there's a reality to what's going on in my world, and this is happening and that is happening, and what do I do, and where do I go, and where do I seek refuge? You only have to go inwards, our dearest children of the light. You must put down your phone. You must go within. You must excavate all of the layers and levels within your soul and yourself and your mind that are keeping you trapped in this idea that you are meant to be in fear and scarcity. That is not your birthright. That is your conditioning. And because it is conditioning, it means that you can recondition yourself. You must spend time internally excavating all the ways in which you damn yourself, you shame yourself, you beat yourself up, you tell yourself you're not good enough. That is not who you are. That is not soul. When you allow yourself time to sit quietly, whether that's listening to high vibrational music or a guided meditation or just staring at a tree, something that gets you into the present moment so that you can listen to the voice of the soul that is in you now, that is asking to be the leading force within your system as a human on the planet at this time. It is the call to action required to help the movement forward of the light. But if you cannot find the light within yourself, how are you going to be the light? You must go internally. You must go inside yourself. You must look at all the ways in which you hide your light from yourself. That is where it begins. So if you are still suffering and struggling, and you are seeking outside yourself for some sort of refuge, some sort of magical sentence from someone, you must first go inside and recalibrate how you hear things internally. Are you hearing them from soul? Are you hearing it from scarcity and lack, which is your egoic mind, which is your matrix mindset? That is your programming, always keeping you safe, small, and protected. That is not the true voice. So you must go inside and start to listen to all the ways in which that voice is trying to keep you from your abundance and your happiness and the truest part of you, which is your soul. And once you start excavating all of the ways in which your egoic mind is trying to keep you from the light, your truest part of who you are, that spark of light, is with you eternally. Not this body, not this mind. That spark of God inside of you, go inside and find that light. Put your hands on your heart space and ask Great Spirit and your guides to show you your divinity. Show you the light within, not from ego, but from your truth. From your all-knowing space. You all have that inside of you. That space that is all-knowing, call it intuition, call it sixth sense. This now is required to be your guiding force as things are shifting on your planet. If you continue to allow yourself to believe that the dark is going to win over the light, then that is your reality. If you can allow yourself to feel the light within you, feel your heart, feel your all-knowing self, being that God spark within you, the creator of everything, you are part of that. Once you feel that, you will shift your reality. You can go about your day knowing from that high level view of what's happening around you and in your world, but it does not attach to it, because you are now vibrating at a higher level where the darkness cannot adhere to it. So if you are still struggling with finding the light inside yourself, you have not turned inward. You are continuing to turn outward. So take the time, put the TV remote down, put the phone down, take a walk in nature, close your eyes, feel the sun on your face, feel the grass beneath you, feel the divinity in all of nature around you that is showing you the magic of the divine in every place your eyes can see. Now turn that feeling inward and allow the love of the universe that created you to come alive inside of you in all the ways in which you are meant to be exactly who you are, in your most highest state. Not what the mind would tell you you are, but what the soul knows you are. This mind and body are just here to allow the experience of being a human to happen. Like putting batteries in a toy robot. If you take the batteries out, the robot does not move. It only moves if you put the batteries in it. Your soul is the battery. That spark of light is your battery system. So there is no way to expand from where you are if you are still in fear and lack and anxiety. The mind is going to continue to race and feed you more of the same until you can learn to get control of it. It is that simple. But if you keep regurgitating your story that you cannot get control, then you will not. Nobody can help you but you. This is a time on your planet for you to understand that there is nobody greater than you outside of you. The only thing or system that you need to shift is you. How you perceive you, how you allow your mind to control you, how you allow your mind to show you the reality that you're continually perpetuating. If you don't like your reality, you get to shift it. Not someone else, not a guru, not magical words. We are bringing this message to you right now to wake you up to your divinity, to ask you to go deep inside yourself, to find that divine spark of light and hold on to it and let it grow. Let it fuel you and feed you, and then move about your day from that aspect. If any of those old thoughts come in, stop. Ask it to stop. And this is where they get personal. Bear with me with this. This channeler, which we find funny, last night decided she was giving her egoic mind a name. I apologize for anybody with this name. We bring this to your attention because this is a tool she is using to continue to get out of the matrix mindset. So every time her mind tries to take her down a negative track, she says, "Stop, Gary." We don't need to hear that right now. By giving her egoic mind a name separate from her, it allows her mind to take a second to adjust to the fact that it is now being called Gary. I didn't even know that's what I was doing. Try not to move the camera here. And her mind has placed some sort of annoyance on that name, not to offend anyone named Gary, but she has a comedic tone internally, and that's how she, And that's how she helps herself out of mental situations where she gets trapped. She has to use humor, high vibration. Humor is also a way to bring you back to your center, back to the level of conscious awareness, so that you can find the joy. So when her mind, Gary, annoys her, she tells Gary to be quiet. "Stop giving me that message, Gary. I don't need it right now." That is literally what I do. That is just one tool. Find the way that works for you, but you are now at a critical point on your planet where you're either going to believe the darkness or you're going to be the light. You either believe you're the light or you believe you can only stay trapped in the darkness. It's a choice. But how you feel about yourself determines that reality. That's why we're asking you to please go within, please excavate all the ways in which you are damning yourself, belittling yourself, shaming yourself, and judging yourself. You must stop. Tell Gary to stop. Then go and find the light within. Whether that is looking into the eyes of an animal, your pets, nature, a loved one, the ocean, the sun, moon, and stars. Find what works for you and focus on it. Then focus on the feeling it gives you. Try not to judge it. If you notice that you're judging it, tell your mind, stop judging it. We're having this moment now. We are loving how this feels. Get out of the way, mind, or Gary. You all can have that name if you wanted to. It helps. This is not an overnight thing. This takes years of practice. But you are being asked to do this rapidly now. We understand. But if you don't start now, then when? This is a time of remembering who you actually are, not who they have programmed you to believe that you are. Your planet is showing you right now that more people love one another than not. So remember that. You are all one. You are all the same. You are all divine. Remember that you are the light, and anything that opposes that is not who you are. And that is the work. We will be back with more messages as we see fit, but today We want to leave you with an understanding that you are deeply loved on the other side. We ask, and I'm getting chills while I just said that, we ask that you ask us for assistance more regularly. Do not be afraid to ask us for help. We are here to assist. Hold on to each other and try not to perpetuate more negative thinking thoughts between each other. Lift each other up. Point out when one is in a lower vibration. Ask that person to join you in the joy, high vibration. Join you in the love and the light. Lift each other up. Help each other. There is great work to be done, and you are all part of it. We love you all. Until next time, love and light, dearest ones. Thank you for bearing with me. I'm a terrible reader, but they're making me do this for a reason. So I hope that helped you. I hope that it gave you a little bit of direction. I think the issue is a lot of people don't know the what of what to do. And I think they basically mapped it out. So if you're feeling like that's not the answer, then you're not ready for this level of work. And that's okay. You have to be where you are, but it all starts in the mind. And I promise you, I've done this work myself. And once I got control of this, I figured the rest out. It's an interesting path once you can get control of this. Doesn't mean this stops talking to you. This means you understand that it is not driving your ship. It is just a program, right? So we can program it with anything we want, positive or negative. That's up to you. All right, guys, more later. I love you so much. Thanks for listening to this, and I hope that it helps. Much love.